Alright, just a little follow up on match one. I asked him why he skipped those turns, which I assumed was just an F6, but I pressed F4 and nothing happened. So I pressed it again. So yeah, word to the wise, if you've got a little uh, lag on your home side, not server side, probably be a good idea to not double click F4s and F6s. Alright, see ya for round two. Okay, game one. We've got a removal, 2-drop, double 3-drop, and a bomb, and a swamp and a mountain. So happily keeping this one. Doesn't matter what we lead with, is both of our removal is sorcery speed. So again, really just hoping to draw lands now. Ugh. Okay. Again, we really shouldn't be getting penalized this much just for a 16 land. It's unproportionate, the percentage we're seeing. Okay, that's better. It's not good, but it's better. So, question now, what do we lead with? The Malcontents is only getting us 1 point of damage. The Connoisseur's not putting any power on the board. And the Taskmaster does have some real potential. We put it down here, and the next turn we can attack with it, and it can potentially block an Angel's Tomb before we have to sacrifice anything to it. Or we put it down and we build up to our Homicidal Seclusion if we're lucky enough to go land in our draws. And then we've got a turn 4 land, sack a ghoul, turn 5 land, sack a ghoul, play the Seclusion, so 7/4 lifelink flyer, and which is our solo threat until we find something. But I think I like the middle ground of that option, where this puts power on the board, this puts some power on the board, and this puts none. And this is putting down a threat that we don't necessarily want to have for the Seclusion. So I think this is fine for now. We get 3 power on the board, we do 1 to him immediately. And then it's easily sacrificable later as well. We don't have any blink effects, so Wildwood Geist, very nice Bone Splinter target. And then I can get in for 3 with my Malcontents and hopefully play land. No, I can't. Okay. What I can do though is play a Vigilante, which will be more fodder if I need it to be. This certainly would have been a lot more valuable in our opening hand, because he didn't play anything for a while. So this could have gotten in for some damage, would have gotten an extra ping value from our Malcontents coming into play, and it would have potentially tipped the scales for using the Taskmaster first. He's tapped out, so I'll just play this before combat. Now, if he plays a human or something moderately small, then we can swing back for a significant 6 on his turn. Okay, so I'm cautious now of a Wolfear Avenger, but no matter what he blocks, if he plays it, he can only regenerate it once, so maybe he blocks the Malcontents just to save some damage. Then we've still got to rely on, that's the tricky part, we've still got to rely on Angel's Tomb. So do we drop Bloodflow Connoisseur? So double green, red cast the Avenger, a green, and a red to regenerate it, but he only has to regenerate if he's blocking this, which he probably would, because this will chump one of these easier. So we can keep our mana open to keep Pillar active to take care of his... No, it wouldn't, because it's sorcery speed. He'll have already regenerated it. So the damage is negated, and this is only doing 2. Okay, so in that case, I'm putting down the Connoisseur first, so that if he does have it, I can get some benefit out of his surprise blocks. Okay, a lot of thinking for nothing, but still good to play out those scenarios. Just making the best of the worst situation there. I'm still happy doing it because you got to think at least 50. He's playing a very slow deck so far, so he wasn't slow rolling a Wolfir Avenger turn 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, so what's to make me think he was doing it on turn 7? I don't think anything's changed here. No reason to play out these first. So he had to have drawn an answer. Otherwise, we're repeating the past here. And we've got the same tools to deal with it. Okay, just Pillar. Wow. 7 mana open, 4 cards in hand. And he can't do anything. So what's that tell me? He's got a lot of combat tricks? Maybe some of those thunderbolts that we passed on? And he just wasn't able to use them? What else could he have? Even if he had a Flowering Lumberknot, he would be playing those, even though they couldn't attack or block, just because using his mana efficiently be putting them down. So for a super slow deck like that, definitely consider something like Mental Agony. But he was so slow that Mental Agony wouldn't actually be good, because he'd actually have some choices on what to discard. He's playing green, so Triumph of Cruelty's not much of an option. Marrowbats, maybe. Combat that Angel's Tomb. I'm just really not that concerned with an Angel's Tomb. I like it how it is. I need to see more of his deck before I can adjust to it. Okay, good start. Finally got some land. And now, ironically, I want the land to stop, because we've got enough now for our entire deck. Again, Vigilante, turn too late. That's a well-timed, guys. This is just a lightning bolt if we play it now. So, that being said, if we plan on dropping Seclusion on turn 5, this isn't going to do us any favors. Later. So, just a better use of our mana to do it now. Turn 4, hopefully we play a better creature than the Vigilante. We've still got a Splinters target here in the Vigilante, and something that we can be playing on creatures and still slim down to Seclusion, our Seclusion fighting weight. There's that tomb. Okay, so I like this. We can play out both of these creatures. Yeah, it sets us up not amazing for seclusion next turn, but either he can deal with one of them on this turn, we can chump block, we can keep one for Bone Splinters on turn 6 to clear up the field so that we can attack in with our life gain. Certainly not blocking the Angel's Tomb here. But if he does block attack with everything, I'll happily, yeah. So I'm going to chump with the Vigilante, then getting us a 5/2 lifelink attacker in the air, which all he could have is Snare the Skies, and he didn't see even flyers out of us last game, so I don't know why he would have that. It's not the best use of our Vigilante, but we don't have another way to get rid of it next turn. I'm jumping the gun. I'm enjoying the life gain part of this a little bit too much, but it does seem like he's just trying to race, so. I feel like 18-12 is a strong place to be. He can put us back down to 11, but unless he's got a flyer, yeah, he doesn't, so. And now I can clear out his Geist if I draw something. No, I don't. Okay. Still just going to attack with this. He can only attack for 12. Nope. Only 9. Still putting me at a comfortable 7. Oh, that's horrible. So this is a tough position because I attack and it puts me at 12. And he can attack for 12 if he has a creature. So maybe I attack and then I just Bone Splinter his Geist. That doesn't put me in a good position either. Then, worst case scenario, he's still attacking for 7. And I've got to top deck something. But holding back there, I don't see what holding back does because my creature dies anyway. And I pick something off. And I could just do that with a Bone Splinter. And this just has a better chance of me getting some lifelink in. Yeah. No creature? No creature. So he could still have a Thunderbolt. That doesn't do it. That's 11. He could just be showing off here. Just to say, oh, it was a close game. Aha, Pillar. Okay. Okay, so his deck has some reach. So I just didn't draw creatures that game. Turn 8, and what did I had? I had a Lightning Baller, a Vigilante, and a Searchlight Geist. I had 3 creatures in 8 turns, so 15 creature deck plus Thatcher Revolt. I should be able to count on more than that. That being said, maybe I just switch out a Revolt for a Marrowbats.